Heart. The meaning of the cross in the lives of all of us. Believing in the redeeming power it has in our lives. And even sweeping our mindset, the often masochistic view. Which we can do. Even from a mistaken view of suffering. First, it is interesting to understand that the cross is a place of redemption. It is of purification. It is not a place to stay. It is a passage. The cross will always be an itinerary for us to achieve great results. I know that in our Christianity we were very fixed on the cross. And it is even interesting, sometimes we identify some crosses without Christ, just to remember that it was a place of the passage. But the place of the Christian, the final destination of every Christian, is the empty tomb. It is the resurrection of Jesus who fills us with courage so that we can go through the process of the cross. It is so gratifying for us to identify the positive dimension of the cross. For example, when I look back and remember the nights of sleep lost because of my studies, I did 2 colleges, a postgraduate, a master's degree. I devoted myself a lot of time to study. And it is not easy to study, as pleasurable to know always has that portion of renunciation. I remember my master's degree. Classes started 1 in the afternoon. One time we can't even read a package insert. You study. You sitting listening until 5 in the afternoon, my God in heaven. It was no joke. No, it was a cross. But what did I want with a master's degree? Just the title? No, I wanted to qualify my father being. One day I understood and learned that the best way I have to live my priesthood is to seek his purest water, both in the spiritual dimension, also in the intellectual dimension. And I can offer those who pass through my life pure water. Studying for me was a cross experience, yes, of pleasure, but above all cross. Because it made me have to be. The experience of studying made me have to be at times I didn't want to be. Do you know what this means in your life? It is very likely that you have a much more demanding daily life than mine. I work hard, I have an extremely dynamic life, and 70% of it is cruise. Thank God I have the 30% satisfaction. Traveling to me is not easy. Displacement for me is very painful. These comings and goings require me a lot. They withdraw me from my routine. They don't allow me to have routine, in fact. This is a cross for me. But I know what God achieves in me and with me through this work. So it is a mission that I do with great joy. But the cross is the passage. It is not the definitive place. I do not live on the cross. I live cross experiences. My place is the resurrection. My place is the empty tomb. It is in the empty tomb that I do my experience of being who I am and pure hope. All hope of the tomb is in me. The mother is the tender all day in her hand, all day connected in the new song, or she is seeing a lecture. She is exam. My mother faces her suffering, very redeeming. I, who I'm a priest, can't live like her. It's a goal of life for me, my mother. A Christianity that I may be able to reach 10, 15, 20, 30 years old. I don't know. The cross is the place of my protection. You know why? We will always be exposed when we will suffer. It is the moment of indigence. You enter the hospital and you see the indigents there. We are not even protected by the clothes we wear on a daily basis. Inside the hospital, we use a hospital costume to make it easier to read with us. This already demonstrates that we are indigent. You are not on your high heels. I'm not in my shoe. I don't have my shirt. You are not with yours. We do not wear the clothes that cover our indigence. On the contrary, we wear clothes that show our indigence. That moment, the moment of suffering, the moment of pain, the moment of struggle. Suffering is the indigence, and we are unprotected. When you cry before someone, you are unprotected. Your sensitivity. The other has you in your hands. Now the cross. When I have this internalized brand inside me, which is the conviction, see? It is not the hanging little cross, no, it is not. This is just a symbol that brings us to the cross that is configured in our mind. I know the meaning of Christianity, and so I have a cross in my chest that is material, which can be taken. But the cross that identifies me is not the one that is out. It is the understanding I have already made of the cross. The meaning of suffering in human life in the light of faith. It is the cross that I have internalized in my conviction. This is the one that protects me, because she doesn't leave me alone. I know God is with me because the gospel shows me that. All the time, Jesus makes a point of being with those who suffer. He makes no point in being with the powerful, healthy. He makes a point of walking after those who need him, starting with friends, from the first disciples, all of them. Be honest, learn about the meaning of being people, dealing with indigence daily, and having the
As we conclude this spiritual exploration on Path of Faith, we invite you to engage with us by leaving your comments, liking this video, sharing it with others, and subscribing to our channel for regular doses of uplifting messages.